Hello everybody, this is D. Radhashekar, lecturer in botany, Srimati Gangarini Kalyani Government Degree College, Vinikonda, Guntur district. I welcome you all to the video lecture that is hexose monophosphate shunt pathway or HMP pathway. HMP pathway is named because here in this pathway hexose monophosphate molecules give hexose molecules which are very much essential. Hence, it is called HMP pathway, and it is also known as WDHR pathway because it was discovered by Warburg, Dekens, Harekar, and Reker. In their honor, considering their names by taking the first letters of them, it is named as WDHR pathway. Why it is called pentose phosphate pathway? In this pathway, pentose phosphate molecules are formed as intermediate compounds. That is why it is called pentose phosphate pathway. And then why it is called direct oxidation? It is an alternative pathway to glycolysis. Generally, glycolysis takes place when NAD or NADP oxidized molecules are present in high concentrations. If at all they are present in low concentrations, instead of glycolysis, some organisms and the living cells start this HMP pathway. So without Krebs cycle and electron transport system, this HMP pathway oxidizes glucose 6-phosphate molecules completely and give 35 ATP molecules. That is why it is called direct oxidation pathway. Why it is called shunt? Since it is an alternative pathway to glycolysis, it is called shunt. Then why phosphogluconate pathway? The first formed compound in this pathway is phosphogluconic acid. Hence it is called phosphogluconate pathway. Actually, this pathway contains two phases, oxidation phase and non-oxidation phase. In oxidation phase, NADPH2 are formed. In non-oxidation phase, ribose 5-phosphate involves in different reactions and finally form glucose 6-phosphate molecules. That is nothing but reconstruction of glucose 6-phosphate molecules or hexose molecules. That is why non-oxidation phase is also called reconstruction of hexose molecules. The ribose 5-phosphate is also involving in the formation of nucleic acid synthesis and other anabolic pathways. So by now we have understood why this HMP pathway should be operated. In order to produce more energy-rich compounds to carry out the other anabolic or constructive pathways and the synthesis of nucleic acid and other required materials, so that the major things which are formed in this pathway are NADPH2 molecules and ribose 5-phosphate molecules. The overall reaction of this pathway is 6 glucose 6-phosphate molecules plus 12 NADP. They are oxidized forms of NADPH2 plus 6 water molecules give 5 glucose 6-phosphate molecules plus 12 NADP are reduced to 12 NADPH2 energy rich compounds are reduced forms of NADP, then 6 carbon dioxide molecules and 12 water molecules. So finally we will get 12 NADPH2 molecules and 6 carbon dioxide molecules by this pathway. These 12 NADPH2 molecules enter into the electron transport chain and form 36 ATP actually. Of them, 1 ATP is consumed in the beginning reactions of this process. That is why finally we get 35 ATP as net gain. This is the overall pathway of this HMP pathway. Here glucose takes ATP molecules in presence of hexokinase enzyme and form glucose 6-phosphate. This is the first reaction of glycolysis. From there, this glucose 6-phosphate, instead of continuing the glycolysis, it starts a new pathway, that is HMP pathway. So glucose 6-phosphate is the starting molecule of HMP pathway. These glucose 6-phosphate molecules undergo oxidation in the presence of dehydrogenase enzyme, and by consuming 6 water molecules, they form phosphogluconic acid. Actually here 6 phosphoglucolactone is shown and then 6 phosphogluconate acid is formed. But just I jumped directly to the 6 phosphogluconate. We need not mention about 6 phosphogluconolactone. So the first formed compound here is 6 phosphogluconate. Hence this is also called phosphogluconate pathway. So this is the first oxidation step and first step of this HMP pathway. It is an oxidation step. Then these 6 phosphogluconic acid molecules undergo decarboxylation and oxidation process in the presence of decarboxylase and dehydrogenase enzymes, and they form 6 molecules of ribulose 5-phosphate. So in this reaction, carbon is removed in the form of CO2 and 6 NADPH2 are formed. Thus, in the first reaction and second reaction, we will get 12 NADPH2. With this, oxidation phase is completed. Now, these 6 ribulose 5-phosphate molecules, continue the remaining phase, that is the non-oxidation phase or hexose molecules reconstruction. One thing I had to tell to you, oxidation steps are irreversible, whereas non-oxidation steps, just we have started them studying, they're all reversible reactions. They're all, you must remember that. Okay, these 6 ribulose 5-phosphate molecules are changed into xylulose 5-phosphate molecules and ribose 5-phosphate molecules. How it happens? 6 molecules are ribulose 5-phosphate molecules. Of 6 molecules, 4 molecules are changed into 4 xylulose 5-phosphate molecules in the presence of an enzyme epimerase, and remaining 2 ribulose 5-phosphate molecules are changed into 2 ribose 5-phosphate molecules in the presence of an enzyme isomerase. So ribulose 5-phosphate molecules are 6 in number actually. 4 molecules are changed to xylulose 5-phosphate in the presence of epimerase, and 2 molecules are changed into ribose 5-phosphate in the presence of isomerase enzyme. Okay, then among the 4 xylulose 5-phosphate molecules, 2 xylulose 5-phosphate molecules and 2 ribose 5-phosphate molecules in the presence of transketolase enzyme give 2 pseudoheptulose 7-phosphate molecules and 2 glyceraldehyde phosphate molecules. So if you count the number of molecules, it is always equal. So in the beginning, in the before reaction, out of 4 xylulose 5-phosphate molecules, 2 xylulose 5-phosphate molecules remain as it is. They do not involve in the reaction. Only 2 xylulose 5-phosphate molecules combines with the 2 ribose 5-phosphate molecules in the presence of transketolase enzyme. They give 2 pseudoheptulose 7-phosphate molecules and 2 glyceraldehyde phosphate molecules. Now these pseudoheptulose 7-phosphate molecules and 2 glyceraldehyde phosphate molecules in the presence of aldolase enzyme, they give away 2 fructose 6-phosphate molecules and 2 erythrose 4-phosphate molecules. These 2 fructose 6-phosphate molecules remain as it is. They do not involve in the further reactions. Now the 2 erythrose 4-phosphate molecules combine with the 2 xylulose 5-phosphate molecules, which are formed in the first reaction of these non-oxidation process. The 2 xylulose 5-phosphate molecules and 2 erythrose 4-phosphate molecules combine, and they form 2 fructose 6-phosphate molecules and 2 glyceraldehyde phosphate molecules again in the presence of an enzyme ketolase. Thus formed 2 fructose 6-phosphate molecules remain as it is, whereas the 2 glyceraldehyde phosphate molecules involve in the further reactions. These 2 glyceraldehyde phosphate molecules, one molecule is changed to DAP, dihydroxyacetone phosphate, in the presence of an enzyme isomerase, and another glyceraldehyde phosphate molecule is changed into fructose 1,6 biphosphate molecule in the presence of aldolase enzyme. These fructose 1,6 biphosphate molecule in the presence of phosphatase enzyme loses phosphate ion present at first carbon and forms fructose 6 phosphate. Thus, by the end of the non-oxidation phase of HMP pathway, we will get 5 fructose 6-phosphate molecules in all. In the beginning reaction, that is in the third reaction, we have got 2 fructose 6-phosphate molecules, and in the next reaction we again got 2 fructose 6-phosphate molecules. In the present reaction, that is the last reaction, we got one more fructose 6-phosphate molecule. Thus totally we got 5 fructose 6-phosphate molecules. These fructose 6-phosphate molecules, in the presence of isomerase enzyme, they will be changed into 5-glucose 6-phosphate. So we started the pathway with the glucose 6-phosphate molecules, and the process has come to the end with the formation of 5-glucose 6-phosphate molecules. Thus, hexose monophosphates involved in the formation of hexose molecule. Hence, it is called hexose monophosphate shunt. Thus, these glycerol-head, glucose 6-phosphates molecules enter into the glycolysis. So here, if you observe, in oxidation phase, we have seen actually the two different reactions. The two reactions are called oxidation reactions, where 12 NADPH2 molecules are formed. The first enzyme is dehydrogenase, and the second enzyme is actually it is a combination of two enzymes, decarboxylase dehydrogenase. So the oxidation steps are over by that, and then the ribulose 5-phosphate molecules enter into the non-oxidation phase of the HMP pathway. It is also called hexose molecule reconstruction, where in the non-oxidation reactions we have got 5 fructose 6-phosphate molecules which are changed to 5-glucose 6-phosphate molecules which involve in the glycolysis process. So in the oxidation phase we got 12 NADPH molecules altogether. In the non-oxidation process, we have got 5-glucose 6-phosphate molecules. Okay, this way HMP pathway is over. So, in this video lecture, we have learned what is HMP pathway, different names for the same process, and we also learned it is an alternative pathway to glycolysis. Hence, it is also called hexose monophosphate shunt, and why it should be started by the organisms. Generally, glycolysis is followed by Krebs cycle and electron transport system. By all those lengthy phases or processes, finally we would get 36 ATP molecules. If you want more NADPH2 or more ATP molecules and to run other anabolic processes, instead of glycolysis, glucose 6-phosphate molecules enter into HMP pathway. And after formation of 12 NADPH2 molecules, again glucose 6-phosphate molecules are reconstructed, then glycolysis would be started. So these NADPH2 molecules are changed into ATP. These ATP molecules are used for various constructive or various anabolic pathways. And the ribose 5-phosphate molecules which are formed in this process, not only just involving in the resynthesis of glucose 6-phosphate molecules, but also for the formation of nucleic acid molecules and other substances. So I hope you have understood the overall process of HMP pathway. We will meet in another lecture. Till then, bye. Thank you for your patient listening.